Hi everyone. Today we learn about router level error handling. Um, Previously, we've looked at error handling where we configured errors in each and every module where we expected errors. While this approach works fine for small scenarios, as the scenario grows, this might make the scenario a bit bulky and difficult to read. Okay. Um, in order to solve this problem, the Fusion team has released a new feature called router level error handling. So, what is router level error handling? Basically, you can configure a router at the beginning of a scenario, and that will capture errors of all the modules connected to that router. So basically, it will be a catch-all error handling. Okay, you don't have to configure error handling for each and every module as we used to do previously, but this particular router level error handling will capture all the errors. It's kind of a catch-all error handling. Let's see that in action. So here we have a scenario, and as you can see, we have three Workfront modules. So ideally, we need to add error handling for this scenario. Right click, add error handler, and we also need to add error handling for this Workfront module. Right click, add error handler, right? And we also need to add error handling for this module, right? Because all these are Workfront modules, and these modules ultimately calls Workfront APIs behind the scenes, and that API might fail. And if you don't handle errors, your scenario might error out. It might get disabled, right? So this is how we used to do previously, where we handle errors in each and every module. But as you can see, this works fine for small scenarios, but as the scenario grows, this might make it a bit bulky and difficult to read. So let's now use a old new way of adding error handling. Doesn't mean that you need to uh, you need not use the old method. We can use the old method whenever we need it. Whenever you need specialized error handling, we can still use dedicated error handling for each and every module, right? So that's also an option, but this option catches all errors. So let's add a router here at the beginning of the scenario, as I mentioned. And what we need to do is we need to add error handling at the router level. So we added a router at the beginning of the scenario. Let's add an error handling there. Right click, add error handler, and then let's try to add an Adobe Workfront module. Let's say let's select a dummy value, and I already configured our error notification module here. So let's try to connect that here, and let's delete this module. Okay, so basically, let's configure the error notification module here. So basically what it does is it sends out an error message to the user. Okay, your scenario failed to complete due to an error, and it gives the error message: error occurred at error execution ID, the execution ID. And yeah, it sends out a notification to the user, right? That's what it does basically. So we have already configured some of the parameters. So let's configure the error message. So you can get the error message here under the router module. You'll get the error message. So let's map the error message here, um, and let's try to test it. Okay, let's try to run it. Okay, let's see. So everything is working fine. There are no errors now. Let's try to simulate an error here. Okay, so let's change. Let's try to mess up the URL. Let's say proj vipin. So then this particular module will fail for sure. So let's try to run it. It will fail, and it will come here, and it will handle the error. Okay, so here we are. So the error is handled, and you can see that it has sent out this notification. Okay, so I have this project opened. So if you refresh this project, the notification has gone to this project, and it has tagged the user as well. See, here we go. We got the error notification, and it has tagged the user as well. Okay, so that's how we add a router level error handling. Okay, now we let's try to simulate an error message here. uh, let's try to add an error message on the other modules. So let's try to add it here at the last module. Okay, so let's try to mess up the URL here. Let's change it to proj weapon. Okay, so then that will, this module will error route, and this router level error handling will cache that error. Okay, let's try to run it. Okay, let's see what happens. It errored out here and it just came here. It handled the error here. Okay, so what is the, so you can see that it again sent out a notification, and this is the error message, unknown object type proj weapon. Okay, so this is how you handle router level error handling for your scenario. I hope you like this video. Have a great day.